Steve Nash. Stephen John Nash, or famously known as Steve Nash, was an 8-time NBA All-Star who won a back-to-back MVP in his 18 seasons in the NBA. He averaged 14.3 points in 1,217 regular season games, and he also appeared in 120 playoff games, averaging 17.3 points. The 6'3" point guard landed a spot in our list of the greatest international players of all time. If you haven't watched that video, make sure to check it out because you do not want to miss it. Today, in this video, we will zoom in a little bit at Steve Nash and see how good he truthfully was, starting with his pre-NBA days. Following a successful high school basketball career in British Columbia, Nash earned a scholarship to Santa Clara University in California. In his 4 seasons with the Broncos, the team made 3 NCAA tournament appearances, and he was twice named the West Coast Conference Player of the Year. Nash eventually graduated from Santa Clara as the team's all-time leader in assists. In 1996, he was drafted 15th overall by the Phoenix Suns. In the team, he made minimal impact, so he was traded to the Dallas Mavericks in 1998. By his 4th season with the Mavericks, he was voted to his first NBA All-Star game and had earned his first All-NBA selection. Together with Dirk Nowitzki and Michael Finley, Nash led the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals the following season. It was in Dallas that Nash established himself as a formidable point guard, beginning a decade as one of the game's top players. After becoming a free agent after the 2003-2004 season, he returned to the Phoenix Suns and joined a Suns team which had emerging young players. The head coach, Mike D'Antoni, favored an up-tempo style of basketball, which required smaller and more athletic players with the capability to outrun and outshoot their opponents. On the 21st of November 2004, Nash recorded 22 points in a 122-111 win over the LA Clippers. His familiarity with the style, combined with the athleticism of his teammates, produced an NBA best 62-20 record. As the catalyst of this turnaround, Nash averaged 11.5 assists per game, edging Shaquille O'Neal in winning the 2004-2005 NBA MVP award, becoming the first Canadian to earn the honor. In the 2005 playoffs, Phoenix swept the Memphis Grizzlies in 4 games before meeting the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. Nash led the Suns to a 4-2 series win, and the Suns reached the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 1993, but lost to the eventual NBA champions and arch rival, the San Antonio Spurs, in 5 games. In the next season, the Suns were not expected to repeat their successful 2005 season, but with Nash directing the same high-tempo offense, the team compiled a respectable 54-28 record and won the division title. The Suns were again the highest scoring team in the league, with 7 players averaging double figures in points per game, and Nash was voted for the first time to start for the 2006 Western All-Star team. In the last game of the season, Nash recorded a triple-double of 16 points in a 106-96 road win to the Trailblazers. He was named the league MVP for the 2nd year in a row. In the 2006-2007 season, Nash had another stellar campaign, averaging 18.6 points per game during the regular season. He received the most votes for first-team All-NBA and was joined by teammate Stoudemire. The two were the first teammates to make the first team since Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal in 2003 and 2004, though he narrowly missed being MVP a 3rd consecutive time. In the 2007 playoffs, the Suns eliminated the Lakers in 5 games before losing 4-2 to the Spurs in the conference semifinals. During the 2007-2008 season, Nash played in 81 regular season games. The Western Conference was especially competitive, and he led the Suns to 55 wins and the 6th seed for the 2008 playoffs. On the 31st of January 2008, he collected his All-Star stripes for the 6th time in his career. However, he continued to experience agony in the playoffs. Despite a midseason trade that brought 4-time NBA champion Shaquille O'Neal to the team, the Suns were defeated in the first round of the 2008 playoffs by the San Antonio Spurs for the 3rd time in 4 years. In the deciding Game 5, Nash was perceived to have suffered from elimination game jitters and turned over the ball twice in the final 2 minutes of what was a tight contest. Nevertheless, Nash was later named to the All-NBA second team for the 2007-2008 season. Nash and the Suns opened the 2009-2010 season with a series of strong performances, going 8-1 in their first 9 games, with Nash producing 2 20-assist games. On January 2010, he was named as the starting point guard for the West for the 2010 NBA All-Star Game. With him operating at the point, the Suns were the highest scoring team in the league for the 5th season in a row, and were seeded 3rd in the conference for the 2010 playoffs with 54 wins. Behind solid performances by Richardson and veteran Grant Hill, the Suns defeated the Portland Trail Blazers 4-2 in the first round of the playoffs, and swept the Spurs 4-0 in the second round. The Suns met the defending champions Los Angeles Lakers in the conference finals. After losing the first 2 games, Phoenix won the next 2 to tie the series. A Ron Artest buzzer beater in Game 5 pushed the Lakers 1 game closer to the finals, and Kobe Bryant's 37 points in Game 6 completed the defeat of the Suns. On July 2012, the Los Angeles Lakers acquired Nash in an attempt to create yet another super team joining Kobe Bryant. However, Nash came to the Lakers with concerns over his defense and the health of his back. In the second game of the 2012-2013 season, Nash suffered a non-displaced fracture in his left leg and was out of the lineup for close to 7 weeks. He returned against the Golden State Warriors in December, helping the Lakers win their first overtime game of the season, 118-115, scoring 12 points. The Lakers won 3 of the first 4 games after Nash returned, but lost their next 4. Nash missed the last 8 games of the season with a right hip injury that had also caused nerve damage to his right hamstring. The team qualified for the playoffs as the 7th seed, but were swept 4-0 by San Antonio in the first round. The following season, Nash continued to suffer nerve problems stemming from his leg injury the prior season. In July 2014, he announced that the 2014-15 season would be his last. Only playing in 3 preseason games, he started to feel more pain in his back. Nash announced his retirement from playing on March 2015. It was confirmed later that year that Nash would take on part-time consulting duties for the Golden State Warriors. In December 2017, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame announced that eligibility for induction into the Hall of Fame was decreased to 3 years after retirement, which allowed for Nash to be eligible to be enshrined in 2018. On March 2018, during the Final Four, it was announced that Nash would be inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2018, and he was formally inducted on September that year. Make sure to keep posted with our videos to keep yourselves updated with your favorite stars' whereabouts. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more.